Good evening, Unique Couples community.
Oh, it is Unique Couples After Dark. Yes. So, do you know how or do you have problems with intimacy in your marriage? And then do you know how, you just feel like something is just not right? Like you're just not connecting with your spouse, that void, that emptiness, that lack. So, yeah, that feeling, we want to talk about that. We want to talk about how you can overcome that, how that can destroy your marriage. And we're looking at how intimacy destroys your marriage.
Yes.
Okay? How intimacy destroys your marriage.
We are Vito and Linda Patrick. We are here in Freeport, Grand Bahama, in the Bahamas.
Yay,
And
242.
we want to welcome you to another Unique Couples After Dark. And like Linda said, we're talking on the topic how intimacy
Or the lack of intimacy
destroys your marriage.
Yes. So, we are the
founders of Unique Couples, and we want to help marriages thrive. We say that marriages, you have to put in the work in your marriage. You have to put that work in every day so your marriage can thrive. Yeah, so that's very important. Putting in the work.
If you like anything you hear, during this video, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We are going to share with you some tips, so stay until the end. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to do to help with this intimacy or this lack of intimacy monster in your marriage. Okay. Yeah. So you can go ahead, you can find us in our How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. And then we have our private group, Unique Couples Marriage Club, that you could be a part of and get transformation for your marriage. Okay, so tonight we're looking at how intimacy or the lack thereof destroys your marriage. And when we look at intimacy, we're looking at connecting. It's all about connecting with your spouse on spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, sexual, financial level. Yeah. And it involves communicating ideas, feelings, thoughts, beliefs, desires, needs, and wants. So intimacy is all of that. Okay. And it's not something that can be taken lightly. It is a major part of what makes marriages successful. So when we look at intimacy is not sex. Okay, real intimacy is not sex. Now, sex is intimacy can lead to sex, but intimacy is not sex. Yeah. So we're gonna look at tonight. Are you having problems in your marriage? Is intimacy a problem? Are you finding connecting with your spouse an issue? Do you want to increase the level of the quality of your relationship? So we'll talk about how intimacy destroys your marriage. So stay until the end. Go ahead and remember to subscribe, share, like this video, and let's help couples all around the world. Okay, and if you're watching your live squad with us, go ahead and hashtag live squad. If you catch the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay, and also let us know where you are watching from. We are country collecting, so we want to get a country all each time. So we're going to look at, we looked at what is intimacy. So what does marriage without intimacy look like? That's the thing. What does marriage without intimacy look like? When you think of a marriage without intimacy, you're looking at that person is not, you come home and you barely speak to each other, or if you do happen to communicate, you're only talking about the bills, or you're talking about, if you have kids, you're talking about routines and things that need to happen with your children, but it's not a real connection where you're talking about those ideas and feelings and your dreams and your needs and connecting with your spouse on that deep level. So a marriage would be, you're coming home, you're barely speaking to or communicating on that deep level. It's just a matter of you communicate just to get things done and not communicate to connect. And there's a difference. Okay. Yeah. There's a difference. So when we look at intimacy, persons who do not have it, you can definitely see it. And it's like, sometimes it's like really obvious. You are hurting, it's just an emptiness there, a void, and you just can't really put your finger. You feel like you're like two ships in the night. I know we've been at a point where it just seems like we were just so busy doing everything else. And even though some of the things that we were doing in the same space, we weren't together. And that it was a good thing we stopped it before it really took a toll on our marriage. So, not having intimacy in your marriage, what does that look like? What happens if we don't have intimacy in our marriage? What happens with that?
So, if we don't have this intimacy in our marriage, some of the tips that we want to talk about. So, number one, poor communication.
So this is the problems that you would have in your marriage if you don't have intimacy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so some of the problems you have.
Yeah. So poor communication would be one. And when problems arise, you fold. And this would cause grief in your marriage. You spend more time out in fires in your relationship and not listening to and knowing and understanding each other's heart.
Yep.
So that poor communication, that would cause your marriage not to have intimacy. And we know how important communication is. Learning how to communicate well is one of the most essential tools in a marriage.
Definitely.
And we know that healthy communication, this involves listening and speaking.
And you know something with that? It's poor communication. You say something to your spouse, but your spouse hears something else. That could be a problem. And for you, you're thinking, well, I said, I made a statement. I said, please, wash, help me with the dishes or something. And your spouse hears, you never helped me with the dishes, right? But it's not what you said, but that's what they heard. And so it could be simple things like that. Make sure that what you say or intend to say is the message that your spouse receives. Because if it is not, then that could definitely cause conflict. So of course, now you need to communicate more of, okay, I heard you say this and this is what I got from it. Yeah. This is what I meant. Ask for clarification, or else this could lead to definite issues and problems in your relationship. So poor communication, if you're not communicating, you're not clarifying, you're not making sure that you understand, you're listening to understand and know your spouse's heart, then that can lead to problems. Hello, Julie, Deborah. Hello, Kathy. Thanks for joining us tonight on Unique Couples After Dark. Great to see all of you, and then all of you who will be watching this. Watching it after, right?
Watching the replay.
Yes, watching it after.
Hashtag replay.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. So intimacy destroys your marriage. Lack of intimacy will destroy your marriage. And poor communication is definitely going to be a problem, right? Yeah. That's going to be a problem. So number one, the one issue with how it destroys your marriage, it's going to tackle communication is going to definitely be, if it's not completely destroyed, it is going to be at an all-time low, really, really experiencing problems on that level. Because in order to connect intimately, you have to communicate. Like communication is the foundation, right? So that was number one. The second way that we look at intimacy destroying your marriage, the lack of intimacy destroying your marriage is, did we finish with poor communication?
Yeah.
Okay, so we did. So we look at number one is poor communication. The other way, number two, when we look at intimacy, the lack of intimacy destroying your marriage, we're looking at that not having that
missing connection.
Yeah, you have that connection is just not
with
there.
With someone who knows you inside out.
Yeah.
So you're not connecting with your spouse, and that can be an issue. That can also result into not having intimacy in your marriage. So you have to connect with one another.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. If you're not connecting, then it will be an issue.
Yeah,
Like
so it's
in
like-
the definition for intimacy, we talked about all these different areas where you should be connecting in.
Mm-hmm.
Financially,
Emotionally, yeah, physically, mentally, spiritually, yes, even
yes.
financial,
Yeah,
right?
so
all of those
these
areas.
you need to
Mhm.
be connecting in.
Yes, definitely. And so when you're not connecting with your spouse, you feel as if there's a void, there's an emptiness, like you don't have that connection, and you're here and you don't have that connection with this one person who knows you inside and out.
Mhm.
Okay, inside out. And when you don't have that, it just feels like something is missing. So when we look at intimacy, and we look at the problems related to not having intimacy, one of the top 5 reasons why couples divorce or even consider getting a divorce is because they do not like feel as if they're connecting. They
Yeah.
feel as if they're strangers. They feel as if they don't know their spouse.
Mhm.
And all of that is that feeling of lack, emptiness and void, like you're not connecting with your spouse, like you don't know your spouse. All of that is related to not having that connection.
Yes.
Okay, not having that connection. So like I said, lack of intimacy is one of the top 5 reasons spouses consider and eventually divorce. So what are you doing? What are you doing to make sure that that is not happening in your relationship? So we're going to talk more about that later. So we're going to give you some quick 3 tips. Yeah, we'll give you 3 tips to go on that, but we will go on to number 3. Number 3, this is how the lack of intimacy destroys your marriage. And of course, a major thing, especially for women, sometimes men can go, some women can do that too as well. They can, just go and what you say, at the top of the hat, and like in a very instant, they can just go ahead and enjoy a sexual encounter and don't feel no connection, don't have to have any connection with the person. But for a lot of women, they need that connection, that intimacy, that connection, that intimacy brings. They need that. Okay. Hello, Kevin. Good night. Good night.
Hey, Kevin.
So they need that. Okay. And so when they don't have that connection, the intimacy, then having sex is going to be an issue. Yeah, for women. Okay, generally speaking. Okay, so, and we call that one. Number 3 is empty sex. So number 1, we looked at poor communication. That's going to be a problem that lack of intimacy is going to have in your marriage. And then number 2 is missing connection.
Yeah.
And then number 3 is empty sex. And that is like going through the motion, but no inner connection, right? You're just feeling empty afterwards. You're not fully embracing the experience, not being mentally stimulated sexually. And the physical connection is basically just that. It just stops at just physical, right? It just stops at just physical. So those 3 things are, issues, problems that definitely happen when you do not have intimacy in your marriage. So we just want to offer you some three quick tips that you can use to kind of combat these 3 problems that you can have that could destroy your marriage as it relates to intimacy. So the 3 tips, you want to go and take the tips?
Yes. So with the first tip, you want to set aside time to talk, have fun, and try new things together.
Yeah, very important.
Yes, very important. So, we talked about this poor communication. So now you want to have good communication. And we all know good communication is 2 ways, listening and talking. So when Linda is talking, I'm making sure that I'm listening.
I'm not trying to figure out what your response is. Like, okay, what am I going to say when she says that? Or you're not even when she says that. It's like you're building up and trying to say what is happening here with you and not listening to what's happening here with me. So you're in your own space, just building up your response to something that I probably said previously, or building up whatever was. So that is definitely not something. So anyway, we're talking about the tips. We're talking about, so you said what? Spend time
to talk.
Okay, so you could do that 10 minutes power conversation. Yes, do that. We did some of those exercises as well. Do that.
Yeah.
Spend time. You said what?
Have fun.
Have fun.
That's important. And try new things together.
Because guess what? Like when we did that, what was that? Skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yeah. So that was something new. We could have that to refer to. When we did that, at the time, we remember that experience. Yeah. So we enjoyed it together. We could talk about it. We could laugh about that experience, and so it was a connection. So that is one way to help with increasing the level of intimacy in your marriage. You still remember that?
It was parasailing.
Oh, parasailing. Okay. Yeah.
Skydiving is on the bucket list. We haven't done that yet.
Yes, get your couples bucket list done. Okay, so we're gonna have more of that. We'll tell you, in our Unique Couples Marriage Club. Okay, and number two, you want to
connect with marriage mentors, marriage coaches, or highly trusted married couples who will hold you accountable.
Accountability is the king and queen of marriage, and guess what? We are the accountability king and queen of marriage. So we are marriage coaches and mentors. So if you connect to anything we say or like anything we say, definitely subscribe to this video and then connect with us in our Unique Couples Marriage Club. The link is in the description. Join us. We are on a journey to increase communication, intimacy, passion, excitement, fun, journey with us, whatever that is, right? With us as we take our marriage, your marriage, we all do it, take our marriage to another level of loving. And we have something in there that we call the Spouseology degree. Yes. Okay, so you're going to be in there and you're going to earn your degree, your Spouseology degree. Okay, where you get to learn more and about your spouse, and then be intentional about what you do to work your marriage, because you work everything else. You invest time in your wedding. You actually did that. This time you invested in your marriage because you don't want to say, oops, I should have, I could have, I would have. Take the time out to do that. So Unique Couples Marriage Club, the link is in the description, blah, 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 right? Go ahead and register to be a part of the Unique Couples Marriage Club. You will not regret the investment you place in your marriage. So go ahead and do that, because we don't want anyone to have to say, oops, I should have, when you could now. So go ahead and do that tonight. Do that now, okay? Yeah. Whenever you're watching, do it right now. The link is in the description. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Go ahead, click the link in the description and be a part of the Unique Couples Marriage Club. Yes. You're going to get the accountability, marriage mentors, coaches. We have it, and we hold you. So you get daily activities, daily things that you do, strategies to help you build your relationship. So you get that marriage motivation, inspiration, and transformation. So it's not just about getting this information. It's about what you do. So you're watching this and you're like, okay, I got that. We'll give you the quick tips. Go and do them. Let us know. Come back in here and let us know. Let us know. Type in what worked for you and how it helped you. We love to hear from you. So you can email us as well at uniquecouplesrekindle@gmail.com. We would love to hear how you're working the tips. So that was number 2. Tip number 2 was we looked at definitely connecting with marriage mentors, someone to help you, people who can help you along the way. And we have that club experience where we hold each other accountable. So number 1, set aside time to talk.
Have fun, and try new things together.
Okay, number 2, connect with marriage mentors. Have that community. We have that community where we support each other, and we're on this journey to increasing everything. Lisa, Spouseology degree, increasing the love, the commitment, the passion. Yes, sex is in there too. We do all that training and stuff. Connect, doing all of that in your relationship. And then number three is
you want to be intentional about connecting with your spouse every day.
Every day.
So
not one,
intentional
not every week.
loving.
Yes.
You want to be intentional with it.
Yeah, hashtag intentional loving in chat. Go ahead. Hashtag intentional loving. Put that in the chat. Hashtag, oh, I see Deborah too. Hello, Deborah. Thanks for joining us. Hashtag intentional loving.
Yes.
Yeah, type that in chat for us. So you want to do that. You don't just want to haphazardly, or when you feel like it, you decide to do connect with your spouse and then you forget about it. You do something special for a birthday and then that is it. Or you do something. No, you want to make it a daily habit, things that you could do on a daily basis, and we help you to do just that. So be a part of the Unique Couples Marriage Club. Remember to like this video. Okay, so we had the tips.
Yes, we had the tips.
So we're looking at those things that destroy the intimacy in your marriage, or what the lack of intimacy in your marriage can destroy. We look at poor communication, okay, not connecting with your spouse. Yeah. Just having that void because you're not connecting, and then having empty sex. Those are real problems. And when you look at those are the major problems why people divorce, okay? And we want to definitely help work on building couples and helping them to grow and learn things about each other. You learn stuff about your spouse, and just be who you need to be in that. So make it a habit, intentional loving, right? Make it a habit, and then take time to evaluate your progress in connecting and sharing your heart with your spouse. This is all a part of tip number 3. Be intentional about connecting with your spouse every day, and then take time to evaluate your progress. See, how am I am I connecting with my spouse? Am I sharing my heart? Is he sharing his heart? Are we connecting on a daily basis? Yeah. Something every day, just a little every day will go a long way, instead of trying to do like a bucket full of water over cement, over a concrete surface, compared to daily drips. Yeah. You know which one makes the most impact, right? The daily drip of a faucet, tip, 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 will dent a hole in the concrete, compared to just pouring a bucket of water over the concrete. That will not make a dent. No. It will not make an impact. So when you go and you just celebrate, or you just connect once on a birthday or anniversary, and then you don't do anything else until the next time, that is not making an impact on your relationship. That is going to leave you feeling that void. But if you decide to do that daily drip, even if it's something small, but it's something small consistently daily, you are going to make a dent in your relationship. And if you're doing positive things, it's going to be positive for your relationship. So join us in the Unique Couples Marriage Club, and we teach you how to do that daily drip, 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 drip of positivity, drip, drip, drip of intentional loving in your marriage, drip, drip, drip of taking your marriage to the next level. Okay, so you want that? Make sure you join us in the Unique Couples Marriage Club. Okay, there is a small fee for those persons who are just starting out, and the price will go up. So those of you who join us now, go ahead and register while the promotion is going on now. Yes, daily drips of love. Okay, yeah, type that in. That's daily important. Drips of love. We encourage that. And if you're doing it yourself, that is okay, because you can only count on what you do. Okay, couples are never at the same level all of the time, not at the same rate of doing things at the same time. If you are, that's great. Sometimes, I might be the more active one in, planning date nights and making sure that we connect, and, saying that, hey, we have to do these things. And, he might not be, but then he may be and I'm not. So we just have to work that balance. You give your 100% and don't complain about your spouse not giving theirs, because you only have power and control over what you do. So even if it's just you could go ahead and join the Unique Couples Marriage Club. Thanks for watching. Make sure you share this video and like. We talked about, our topic was how intimacy, the lack of intimacy destroys your marriage. And we shared with you 3 quick tips that you can do to make sure that that is not a problem in your relationship. This has been Unique Couples After Dark. And we just wanted to definitely share that because we know that more and I don't want to say more and more couples are having problems, but couples are having problems. That's a major area that couples are having problems with. And intimacy is the foundation of your marriage. If you're not intimate, that is a major problem. So get intimate. Let's do that daily trip of loving. Join our Unique Couples Marriage Club. Like this video, share, subscribe. How do they do that again?
Yeah, subscribe to our Unique Couples channel. You want to click on that notification bell.
Yes.
And then you want to turn on your notification. You want to turn it on for all, all notification. Yes. So whenever we go live, you will be notified. So turn on your notification to all.
Yes. Oh, I see we have some takeaways. Yes, write your takeaways. We love your takeaways. We love hearing what you have to say. And we're going to read some of them now. Kathy says, takeaway, talk to connect. Yes, not just to communicate.
Awesome.
Okay, definitely. Drips of love. Hashtag. Yes, we love that. Drips of love.
Drip to the next
level. Woo! Right. I think we said some more. Someone has what? Drips. Daily drips of love. Awesome. Awesome. We love it. We love it. We love to hear your comments. If you are not connecting with us here, definitely go and connect with us in our Unique Couples Marriage Club. You have our email address. Go ahead and join us in our Unique Couples Marriage community. If you are not in our community and you're serious about your marriage, then you need to reverse that. Be in the Unique Couples Marriage community if you are serious about your marriage and if you're serious about taking your marriage to the next level. Okay, so go ahead, look in the description. The link is there to join us in our Unique Couples Marriage Club, which is the private exclusive group. You can also join us in our How to Strengthen Your Marriage Club. That is open. You can still get some information in there, but for the major transformation, make sure you join our Unique Couples Marriage Club. Get the motivation, inspiration, and transformation for your marriage.
Yes, we had fun here this evening sharing on the topic how intimacy destroys your marriage.
Yes, the lack.
Yes. So here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. We love you all. We're going to see you all on Sunday for Unique Couples Sunday Night Live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same place, Unique Couples YouTube channel. See you on Sunday.
Bye.
Love you all. Bye.